And welcome back, folks. It's been too long. Just a quick warning, there are loud sawing noises in this video. So today I have enlisted the help of my son, who is great at destroying things. And he is pulling up the floor for me today. It's sticky tiles. Should be nice and easy, but I don't know yet. I'm so annoyed with myself for delaying this video for so long. I have been binge watching Vikings on Netflix, and now I'm watching Yellowstone, and it is not good for progress. You know, there's so many steps in making a video from start to finish, and I think I'm still tired after Christmas. I've been going on courses and doing lots of admin, and there's just been so many little niggly jobs that, you know, if they're in the middle of the day, you wait all day to do them, and then, you know, your time's gone. You know, it's that weird time warp thing. However, something I have learned is to rearrange clips and split the clips as well. I'm such a tech phobe.
I feel like a worker that is doing his job.
Mm-hmm.
This is what it's like to be a worker.
Yeah. So I've decided I'm going to order another camera so I can get an extra view. And I bought a new phone at Christmas with a bigger memory to do all my editing on. I've ordered some new batteries because my recent batteries, they were cheap knockoffs and they were cutting out like at 56%, so we can't have that unreliability. Not while we're trying to optimize videoing. I've got a little tripod on the way, and I went straight to GoPro and bought some actual real batteries instead of being a cheap ass that I am. He was doing quite well here. He was trying his best, but every time he pulled one up, his hands would get sticky, and he really didn't like that, so he was washing his hands all the time. And he only had a little screwdriver that I gave him, so it didn't work very well. I didn't realise how hard it actually was until I started doing it myself. I mean, some of these tiles, they're soaked in water from Memphis playing in the sink all the time. And those were easy to get up, but the rest of them, they were stuck pretty well. So yep, he was not a returning worker. But very happy to help me with other dismantling. Now this floor has been driving me mental for ages. It's all faded, bits and pieces are breaking off all the time. And I really wanted to take it up, but I was going to do it in the perfect conditions of having a skip to chuck all the rubbish in. But I think I'm just going to fold these up as small as I can and chuck them out with the general rubbish. You know, it's going to take a bit longer and it's going to be annoying, but, you know, it still get done. And it will be cheaper. That is the main thing. Now, when we did the bathroom, the glue came up pretty easily because I was mopping at least 3 times a day when Memphis was flooding the floor. So that was much easier. I think it's going to take quite a bit longer for all the glue to come up in the kitchen and eventually the front room and the hallway. I'm just going to leave it down to people walking over it and mopping now and again. Not going to do any intense cleaning of it. Only because I don't know any product that would actually do the job. But maybe if I get a minute, I may research it and actually try it. I'm sure somebody out there knows how to get the glue up from sticky tiling the floor. I'm sure. Okay, everyone. I'm gonna do it. I'm over it. I gotta ask for help. Like and subscribe. We need money. We need subscribers. It's free for you. And there are millions of parents out there who need our help. We need to raise this money. Let's get on it. So what do I know? I'm not consistent enough. I know this. I don't post enough. I'm not in enough social groups. I know these things. But I'm also spread too thin. But I like it that way. I'm not going to change. So We gotta dig a little deeper. And that is just what I'll do year on year. That's all I do. You know, while some things get easier, like the editing and narrating and all sorts like that, I will take on new challenges because I can't sit still. I can't be stagnant. We've got to grow. We're always growing.
Get ready.
If you watched all my videos previously, then you'll know that we were talking about me being the chairman of my local parish last time. So we had a meeting and it became clear that I was the only one with enough time and probably the enthusiasm as well to actually do it. So now my mindset has changed and I am getting ready to take on the role rather than being scared. Let's get prepared. That just came out. So I've been doing all the courses and I'm finding them helpful. I just did a Freedom of Information course yesterday and actually it was fun because it was about facts and it was about the law and gave me a clear view of things that I have to do. And I've been on communication courses as well, which is something that I definitely struggle with. So I've had some good pointers from there as well. And the information is going to be useful in all the aspects of what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to raise money for the village hall and unite the community. And all these communication techniques, they're going to be good for that. And yeah, I think it's really going to help us move forward. And with the charity as well, definitely need to know about data protection and all sorts of the red tape that's going to bog me down and is preventing me from pushing forward. Did you see all that dirt under there? Oh my god. Look who's been saving all this dirt up for you. You're welcome. Currently, my two boys are waiting for school places to become available. They both need specialist provision. Memphis has a place, but he's outgrown it now, and we need to look for something bigger and better, and which will cater to his needs more long term, rather than just until secondary school. My other son, he's a PDAer, and he's never had a good experience at school. He's had some good days, but mostly he has not enjoyed it, and it has left him with quite a bad view of schools. So I've just updated his EHCP, which was well out of date. It was from when he was like 4 years ago probably, and some of it was even earlier than that. And he has completely changed since being home. He is a better communicator. He is less of a flight risk now. And he is less of a straight to fight or flight type child to stopping and thinking about things before he acts. And I think that a lot of the schools are getting this wrong information and they're thinking that they can't meet his needs. So hopefully all the EHCP goes back to all the schools now and they can all have a better think about it and possibly offer him the place that he actually wanted, which was a nice school that seemed very calm and quiet and very tailored to the individual child as well, which is very important to us. So something exciting, I have ordered a incubator for some duck eggs, and I have got a book about raising ducks, and it has just arrived. I really need to get my butt in gear because we eat so many eggs. We gotta stop buying them from the supermarket. I'm realizing right now that pulling up these tiles was actually really difficult and that a screwdriver is not gonna cut it. I just want to show a little appreciation for my hairdresser. She's Tegan at the Head Case Salon in Lou, and she gave me this marvellous colour. I asked for blonde, and she was like, yes, let's paint it all on. Let's not hesitate. Which is actually kind of rare because normally you have to go for like 10 separate sessions of foils before you get close to blonde. So I'm really grateful. And then she gave me some great layers and she feathered it as well. And I love the style. I actually love my hair, which is really unusual. And I know you'll relate because it's so hard to find a good hairstylist. And we have moved outside and it is a glorious day, glorious weather for chopping down wood. And yes, we had some camera stability problems. And this tree-like bush has been a bit battered for a while. It's been suffocated by ivy and Storm Bert blew it inside out. The whole base is rotten, so we need to start chopping it down before it falls down. And I've given my son a hatchet and he's been out here just casually bashing branches. He's brought a few down. So I'm here to just speed up the process and have some fun as well, because who doesn't love sawing branches of a tree? Knowing that they're going to be seasoned and ready to burn. And you're going to use it in your own house with your own heating. It's just amazing. I really loved the way the camera just span around like that. I thought, wow, that is such a great shot. And I really enjoyed being outside with my son and just doing this physical work together. I think it was really good for us. This boy is very strong when he wants to be, and he needs to get all that energy out. And there's not many things he can do around here, but we've been doing a bit of walking and chopping the wood like this has been really good for him. And he often just grabs sticks and whacks things anyway. He's someone who likes to be hitting things all the time.
And Mum, if I can never get out of here, you might as well give me some food all the way down. Give me some grapes.
You're gonna be fine. Now what I would like to figure out is how to repeat a clip in slow motion. Now, that would have been good for this little section, chopping the wood. And believe it or not, this section is actually sped up. That's how slow I'm actually moving. This is my most favouriteest coat ever. It is so cozy, but not sweaty. It's not itchy. And it has a really big hood that actually covers my head. The zip goes all the way up. That's always a bonus. And I love the camouflage. And it has a Union Jack on it. And it has little patchwork pieces all over with little like inspirational phrases and pretty things. It's from Joe Brown's. I think they've stopped making it now, but I absolutely love it. I'm so glad I took the risk and bought it, because generally I'm quite a hot person anyway. I don't normally need a thick coat, so I just generally get like a waterproof coat just for, because it's always bloody raining here, isn't it? So you need a waterproof coat. But I'm so glad I bought this coat. It's so cozy. Wouldn't you know it, while I'm editing this video, that green screen has come back to haunt me. My phone is not quite right, and I got it for the sole purpose of having a bigger memory to store these videos and edit them, and the universe just conspiring against me at this point. Not very happy. So obviously, as any tech genius would do, I just turned the phone off and I turned it back on again, and it seems to be okay. But it's not the first time it's happened. Please don't make me return this phone to the shop. I really hate doing things like that. And I've gotten used to this video editing program, and it doesn't come on a laptop. So I'm really annoyed. I really don't want to have to get used to another editing program. I really hate technology. He's trying really hard to overturn these branches. It's practically the trunk of the tree. But we get there in the end. Now clearing this tree is going to be really useful. We need this area completely cleared because we need new fence on the side there. It's been battered by the wind too many times. I think Memphis is bringing slats out all the time, taking them out. And so we need to get that sorted. We need to secure the perimeter before Memphis gets a bit more courageous and starts walking outside of the boundaries. And it really opens the view as well. It's nice to see that. I can't believe the sky today. It's so blue. I haven't seen it blue in so long. It's normally fog all the time, like every day. Yes, and we've got a sea of brambles slowly creeping their way up the garden. Yep, thinking maybe a small wall on the boundary there just to keep those brambles back, because fences in our garden, they never last long. And yeah, we really need a boundary there. I mean, look at all that. Whew, that's a lot of wood. We also need storage, so it's a bit of hard standing there, so definitely a good opportunity to get a really good shed so we can put all of our junk in there that we're going to sell. So it's going to have to be something pretty watertight and yeah, humidity resistant, I am thinking. But before we do any of that, I think we need to build a wood store at the front. Somewhere for all of these branches to be chopped up nice and neatly and stacked, because it's just, we've got logs all over the garden making a mess, and we need to get places cleared and organised. This is my new dress as well, have you noticed? Oh, it's one of my favourites. It's got a silky feeling to it, and I've got a thing about sleeves right now. I just love that medieval sleeve look. And I like puffy sleeves as well. And yeah, so this is my favourite at the moment. At some point, it does get attacked by a bramble, and I'm just like, right, I'm gonna peel you off so gently, and then I'm getting away from you. Yeah, so he's just whacking branches at the moment. He's lost his energy. He wears a hood all the time, which is actually quite handy for filming, because then you don't see much of him. But he also doesn't wear any socks and shoes, like, ever. So I don't know how he navigated this, but he was standing on branches and crushing them with his bare feet and not even in pain. But recently we went on a walk and he has cut the front skin of his toe off, his big toe. He had a massive bit hanging off, which, yeah, it doesn't bother me, but maybe it's gross to some people. But that is how much he cannot stand to wear socks and shoes. It is a real thing. So many venues and schools will not even entertain him because he won't wear any socks and shoes. It's quite hard to actually go anywhere just because of it. He also has a 20-minute rant about how my reciprocating saw has destroyed all of his fun and has been too easy, and that I have been lazy and that I need to put in the hard work with the hatchet to take down the whole tree. And I'm just like, dude, I ain't got months of my life to waste taking this tree down. Are you insane?
About me smashing all the little branches out of the way. Oh, no, you're just shouting at me.
As parents, I think it's such a big thing, trusting your child, especially with a hatchet. But he's gonna grow into a man, and you know, he's gotta get some useful skills. And actually, his technique was mostly good. It's really hard to give him advice because he is a PDAer. But he does listen eventually. Like, you say it and then it takes a long time to process, but it does go through. And even though this is, you know, it's a pretty pointless task, I could just come and chop that in 2 minutes. It's teaching him delayed gratification. It's teaching him to work hard for it. I think it's so important that he has those kind of tasks in his day. And they are hard to come by in this day and age. Because he is a gamer. So he gets rewards all the time with his gaming. So the battery cut out while I did all of that lovely peeling. It was so satisfying with the scraper. Came off relatively easy. And yep, you missed it all. Oh, and on this day I had really loud music on, so obviously I can't play that for you. So I've had to put that on silent, and you're just gonna have to hear me talking all the way through, blah 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 blah. In the background you can see that back wall there, where the bin bag is. The paint completely just melted and was hanging off the wall because that wall is so moldy and moist. And then the kids saw it and they were just like, oh my god, this is so fun, we're gonna peel all the paint off this wall. And so they did. And then we discovered that there's a very thin layer of plaster, so that started coming off. And then there's a layer of wallpaper, so that was peeling a little bit, and so that's been pulled even more now. So it's going to be a strip the whole wall job and see what we can do to make it look bearable. There's a whole area of just filler as well. Like, a section of plaster has peeled off, and so they've just gone over it with a bunch of filler. So, yep, it's a mess. I thought this room was going to be easier, but actually, probably the hallway would have been easier. But I'm not worried. It's not about the destination, it's about the journey. If I take months to make a perfect video and completely finish a room, I am never going to put any videos out ever, because that's just, you know, it's just ridiculous. There's too many things to do, and nothing can ever be perfect, especially in this house. Nothing ever is finished to perfection. Not my perfection, anyway. So I super speeded up this mopping for you because it's so deliriously boring. And absolutely not satisfying because the glue did not budge most of it. Some dirt budged, but that was it. Absolutely diabolical. I am open to all the advice you can give me on getting rid of this glue. Please don't say elbow grease. I haven't got any more elbow grease to do. Aha, I'm sharing my workout with you. What an honor. So I have decided to alternate weight training and going on the treadmill. I bought a treadmill for Christmas. It's one of those buys that you think, you research it for ages, you research which one you're going to buy, you research the prices, you wait for Black Friday, and it still feels like an impulse buy. But definitely, I have used it several times now. I'm getting used to it. It's really great with some music on. And I'm encouraging all the kids to use it. Memphis has been on it quite a few times. So definitely something that will help improve fitness. It's another reason why I've got less time now as well, because I'm making sure that I do some exercise every day. And so it's eating into my time a little bit, but also it's starting me off on the right foot, so I'm motivated to do things. So I think actually I've managed more things than I normally might. I'm getting more admin stuff done, because once I've done the workout, I make a hot drink and I sit down with my books and I do some admin. So I've also cut the sound out here because I'm watching Juice and Toya do the workouts, and they've got their own music, which isn't bad. It's just generic stuff, and yeah, it carries a good tune. Something that has always stopped me from doing exercising is the demand of you need to wear suitable clothing and you need to change afterwards because you're all sweaty. Well, I don't care about being sweaty in my clothes. I'd actually rather just not change. That's just a transition way too far. I do not want to be swapping clothes every single day for half an hour of moving around. I mean, that's just ridiculous. You can move around at any time in your life. You do not have to change afterwards. My daughter does actually have a gym mat in the room next door, but that is just another transition way too far for me. Just trying to keep it simple so I can stick to it. And let's face it, I've got enough fat on my back to make it comfortable lying on the floor. It's not a big deal. I'm actually trying to think of jokes as I'm doing this workout, which is making me smile. So I look happy working out, but it's not fun. It's not a fun time. The last time I did this workout though, I do tend to do different workouts with the same people, but they do actually repeat the same moves over and over again. It's not as varied as I would like it. But these weights, I think they're 3 kilograms now. They're getting a bit easy, so I think I'm going to have to move up to the 4 kilograms. So that's a little achievement of mine. Now I do have the potential to be a bodybuilder. There's a lot of material right there to get some really good muscles. I do want to be very strong because my boys, they're gonna be bigger than me and stronger than me pretty soon. So I kind of have to prepare for that. Also, another reason why I should film being working out is because I don't see myself like this. I am not healthy size. I need to keep motivated and not get complacent, and I think seeing myself like this really helps. I've also learned that I'm very not flexible. Like, a lot. I always feel like I'm in a period drama when I'm building this fire. It's like, yes, we're going back to Dickensian times. There was one time when we had a power cut and I actually warmed up my baby's bottle on the log burner, and it was just... And we bought a kettle as well, and so we could make a cup of tea still. Now, other than 2 storage heaters that I turn on during the winter, this is our only source of heat. So I'm gonna leave it there, folks. Till next time, take care.